I'm just going to spend 5 minutes thanking a few people and introducing our main speaker. I can't remember how long Dementia Action Week has been going for. I think it's in its 12th or 13th year or something like that. I've been doing this job for just over 11 years. It's the longest I've stayed in any job because I feel very lucky to have it be paid by the council and the NHS to do this kind of work. And the most and the best bit of it really is when community groups and organisations and people come together for this kind of event. I remember the first. It was called Dementia Awareness Week originally. It got rebranded to Dementia Action Week, although a lot of the actions tend to be about awareness anyway. And a group of us organised an event at the old fire station on Stanley Road that they now use for training. And Tom Reardon, our chief exec, came to speak. And I remember him talking about dividing his chunks into half hours. His working day was divided into half hours of meetings and visits and speeches. And he was just off to have the very first meeting about the possibility of bringing the start of the Tour de France to Leeds, which is something that actually happened 2 years later. So it just goes to show what can happen when somebody has a little bit of a brainwave and follows through on it. But they don't all work, but some of them they do, and they lead to events like this and occasions like Dementia Action Week. It's very important that we have good, widespread public knowledge and awareness about dementia as a condition, the signs and the symptoms, and what to do if you're worried, either for yourself or family member, neighbour or friend. It's very important that we can talk about dementia more openly and tackle the stigma because the worst possible thing you can do with dementia is start hiding away from people and withdrawing from a social life. Because the social life is really the medicine you need to have a good chance of living well with the condition. So, and it's not just here today for Dementia Action Week in Leeds. There's a programme of events that lots of community organisations are doing. I'm really grateful to Leeds Older People's Forum for leading on this one, and all the community groups and individuals who are doing so much work around Leeds. I'm going to go through my list of thank yous now. We've got, honoured to have the Lady Mayoress here of Leeds, Councillor Leslie Gettings. I understand the Lord Mayor is elsewhere and possibly due, so thanks to Councillor Gettings as well too. The banquet hall team, the Lord Mayor's team and the Civic hall staff who've supported us so well today. Everyone who's organised a stall, everyone who's sent these fantastic images in that Elizabeth has put together so well. We've got Anne and Barty from the Age Friendly Steering Group on the front desk, and Diana on the Friendly Community stand. Sarah and Elizabeth from Leeds Older People's Forum, and Elizabeth especially, who was led on the event, and it's not too strong a description to say that you've made it happen, Elizabeth, so thank you. Councillor Jenkins, who's our Deputy Executive Member for Social Care and Health and Wellbeing, sort of, I don't know if he asked you to, but he did make it possible. He sorted things behind the scenes for us. And I've got a special mention in particular for a woman called Jean Roper, who is part of the Coffee Pot Memory Cafe team at Bridlington. But I understand, Jean, you went to the Alzheimer's Society Dementia Friendly Heroes Awards at Birmingham and came out with an award. You came out with the award in the Care and Compassion category. So we have a local dementia-friendly hero here, and Jean supported her husband, who she eventually lost to dementia, and to then go from that experience to carrying on working with people with dementia and setting up a purely voluntary cafe that, as a commissioner, I don't pay a penny for. I think I got you some free hand sanitizer at one point. That was the council contribution to making the coffee pot happen. So congratulations, Jean. That's a fantastic effort. Before I hand over to our guest speaker, I just want to mention the piano. We've got a piano in the corner that I've been playing. We'll play a bit later on. I'm working with the Leeds International Piano Competition and Carers Leeds to look for our hidden secret pianists in Leeds. Whether it's older people living with dementia, carers, staff like myself who've got a bit of some kind of hidden talent for the piano. Because we are planning a Leeds Dementia piano competition later in the year. So please get in touch with Elizabeth or with me if you know someone or you want to put yourself forward. We're going to be in Carers Leeds are going to be organising an event in this room in September for Dementia Carer Day. And I can tell a couple of people, carers living with dementia playing the piano then. So I've had plenty of ado already, so without any further ado. Our next speaker is also the cover star of the current Alzheimer's Society magazine, Dementia Together, which you can find at the Alzheimer's Society stall over in the corner there. Warren Berman is going to tell you all about his journey living with dementia, along the Dementia Action Week theme of the importance of diagnosis and diagnosis as a gateway to the support, to the life, to the community you need for what comes after that diagnosis. So where's Warren got
to? As the theme for Dementia Action Week, acting on dementia, I want to share my story. My name is Warren Berman and I was diagnosed with frontotemporal dementia in November 2019. A very good friend of mine who sees me nearly every day had noticed a change in my behaviour. I made an appointment to see my GP, who referred me for a brain scan. A few weeks later, I made an appointment to see the GP, who then referred me to the memory clinic. I had 2 appointments with the doctor at the memory clinic. On the second visit, I was informed that I had frontotemporal dementia. After hearing the diagnosis, I was relaxed, not feeling anxious at all for about a month. I then started feeling anxious and depressed, and I went to see my GP. They informed me that I had delayed reaction to the news that I had been diagnosed with dementia. It is important to recognise diagnosis affects people differently. My memory support worker came to see me and brought with them brochures and leaflets on various services that support people with dementia in Leeds. After having looked at various services, I contacted the Leeds Older People's Forum and I arranged to meet 2 members of staff who told me about the peer support group which supports people with dementia in various activities. On a Monday afternoon at Roundhay Park, myself and other members, we have a walk around the little lake and then going to the Canal Gardens Cafe. On a Friday afternoon, I attend the social group at the Discovery Centre. If you would like to find dementia-friendly opportunities, please check out Dementia-Friendly Leeds on what's on listing. I also became a member of the Leeds Up and Go Deep group, which stands for Dementia Engagement and Empowerment Project. The group has participated in various research projects, including advising emergency services on dementia-friendly ambulance services, helping companies improve accessibility that has participated, including advising rail companies, Leeds bus station and the Leeds Town Hall. Last year, the Deep Group undertook a research project called Can a Dementia Diagnosis Open Doors to New Opportunities? I had never been involved in a research project before. This was totally out of my comfort zone, but at each meeting I became more confident. A copy of the report is on the friendly community stand, and some pictures are being shown on the screen. During the Deep Research project, I was contacted by my memory support worker, who asked me would I like to be on an interview panel for memory support workers, and also with another team with the Alzheimer's Society to interview for the post of Dementia Voice Assistant. Again, I said yes. The process for both vacancies was similar. I had meetings with the managers who tell me what the jobs entailed. I was asked if I would write 3 questions to ask the candidates. I did, as I found it difficult as I'd never done this before. As well as being on the interview panel for Dementia Voice Assistant, I became a mentor to the successful candidate. My duties, including asking them how the job was going, what they had planned in the forthcoming week. I directed them to services that I had used, and I talked about my experience and hobbies. And the position of Dementia Voice Assistant was for 6 months. This person who applied for a position went on to a full-time job within the Alzheimer's Society. And I was part of the team that helped this person on their employment journey. I have been on an interview panel for trustees within the Alzheimer's Society and for Dementia Together for the position of Deputy Editor. I have also been on the receiving end as I was interviewed for the More Allerton Elderly Care for their spring newsletter. I have written an article for the Shine magazine about my experience during COVID and my skills on interview panels for the Deep newsletter. Since I became involved with the Leeds Peer Support Service, the Deep Group and the Alzheimer's Society, it has opened up new opportunities for me, doing activities that a few years ago I would never have thought I can do. For myself, it has not been all doom and gloom since I was diagnosed with dementia. I have various hobbies, including painting by numbers, reading books, newspapers, listening to 70s music, and going for walks. It is really important to keep busy for people with dementia. And thank you very much for taking the time to listen to my story.